Welcome to Conversations Live, where we bring you the best in music, books, entertainment, and more. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 16 years of broadcasting, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our online audience and those joining us on the radio side. We're glad you all could be with us, too. You know, we're always trying to share with you guys not only exciting conversations, but also innovative products as well. Our next guest definitely has brought us that. We're excited to welcome Bert Balas to our program. He's an entrepreneur and an individual who's been able to bring us something that I've had now a chance to use called the straw. We'll talk to Bert not only about what it's like for him to create a product that is innovative, but also something that is very user-friendly and great for the environment as well. If you guys are just now hearing about the straw, we'll let you know how you can be able to order your own as well as find out more information. But, Bert, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
And I thank you very much for having me on your show. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the straw. What would you like to know about?
Yeah, well, look, excited about this. So this is cool. So for those who are just now finding out about the straw, Bert, the great thing is what you all do on the website, and the website is thestraw.ca. You give a little bit about the history, right, about what your mission is, but also the problem that you look to be able to address. I want to begin there. What has it been like for you to see the way that people are already responding to the mission of the straw?
Well, first of all, you know, I've been in business for several years in other businesses, and I actually wanted to come up with something that would help save the environment. As we know, the plastic straw is now going to be banned. You know, it's covering the oceans, the landfills, and so on and so forth. So we wanted to come up with an innovative product, which we designed, made the molds for, and tried to make it in such a fashion that it's got versatility, it's compact, it's actually it's quite sophisticated in its look. It's good for everybody, and at the same time, it comes in a case that is self-rinsing, so you don't have to walk around with a sticky mess.
And that, to me, is the cool part about it. Like I said, I've had a chance to use it. I'm going to be creating a video, actually, and posting it online to show, and I think that is the cool thing. And I think, too, the attention to detail, Bert, is something that you guys should also be applauded for, because one of the issues I think that a lot of people have, I know I've been there, you know, you're getting a straw, and then the straw size does not match the glass that you're using, and it's something that's not always comfortable to be able to use. That's another thing you all thought about. How important was that attention to detail when you were creating the straw?
I think that was one of the biggest things we were looking at. We saw other alternatives, and who wants to, first of all, you can't carry it around with you, and secondly, if you've got a small glass, you don't want to have a straw that's 10 inches or 12 inches long. So this way you have the versatility of 4 different sizes for 4 different size glasses, anywhere from a small glass right to a slushy size glass or container.
And I think too, right. And I think the other side of this too, Bert, is I was thinking about my audience here on the radio side in the South, as well as our online audience around the country and around the world, is that, you know, this is great, something that, you know, us guys can easily carry around. We can have it in our pocket. You know, of course, you can fit in our briefcase. Our female demographic can be able to carry it in their purse. You know, and also kids, I thought about this, could be able to easily use this when they're going to school and going out. Is that kind of also what you hope, that it would be something that all members of the family would be able to use?
Well, that's exactly it. And on top of it, we put even a little a clip so you can put it either on your keychain, you can put a lanyard on it, and like you said, it fits in your pocket. It's no larger than a Bic lighter in size, and in a pocket, purse, or whatever. And again, being watertight, you can have a solution in it so it's self-rinsing. And yet, the product looks really quite sophisticated too.
Right. We're going to come back to the straw. I want to go back to what you mentioned earlier, Bert, for those who are just now following your journey. As you said, you know, you've been involved in other businesses as well. Have you always had that entrepreneurial spirit where you saw things that you wanted to be able to address when it comes to problems around you and wanted to be able to create something that kind of fit that need?
Always. It's kind of been my mission all through life. I mean, I was in the actually around your area too. I buy a lot of product from the States. I built storage facilities, and we always tried to make it a better way to do it. I'm always environmentally conscious of using reusable products instead of products that are just single use or throw away and end up in a landfill site. So this is kind of how we came to this as well, is that now it's that something that everyone can use, and at the same token, it's not just going to be a single use. Have it for years to come.
And I think that, again, makes it a great product for all of us us, and also a great gift, I might add, for our audience as well, something to be able to give, to be able to spread this. So now I want to talk about the marketing of this, because I noticed that as well as prepping for this segment, Bert, that the straw is on all social media. Again, we're going to be reminding our audience of that, but it's very easy. The Straw 2020 is where it is on all social media to make it very easy. So I invite our audience to definitely follow it there. I mean, how important has it been for you when it comes to the marketing of it and getting the word out when it comes to social media? Did you know that was going to be a big part, or is that just a new layer that you're adding to it?
Well, that's actually where we tried to focus, is instead of trying to do it through retail, is through social media, online sales, which I think is getting very prevalent, especially in these times, and make it accessible to everybody instead of just localized. And that's why we went that direction.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry, not sorry to interrupt, Bert. I was going to say, I mean, I think that's great because it definitely reaches people exactly where they are. And then, of course, you know, we all have heard the saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words, so it allows us to be able to easily see the product as well. So, I mean, when it comes to creating something like this, of course, there are going to be questions. And as you said, I mean, you've been able now to fill this need. Talk to us about the response. I saw some of the testimonials on the website, but what has it been like for you to hear the response from those that are using it, Bert?
Well, I love it because the thing is, I've not had any negative feedback from anybody yet. They actually have taken the straw, taken ownership of it, and I see them carrying around with them everywhere they go, which is fantastic. That's the message you wanted to send, and that's I want to have it out to everybody. So it becomes part of their, like picking up your set of keys in the morning, taking the straw with it. It could actually be attached to your keys if you want.
And I think, too, it's a conversation piece for sure. I mean, when mine arrived, I thought, wow, I mean, this is definitely something I can see where if I'm out at an event or something, taking it out, people are going to say, what is that, right? I mean, and of course, then being able to talk. So that leads me to this aspect. Bert, talk to us about the word of mouth. I mean, how did that factor in? Did you also, when you were creating this, want to make sure that it was something that would get people's attention?
100%. What I did is I sent it out to a lot of friends across the country, both in Canada and the United States, and I wanted their feedback. And again, I try to do everything by continuous improvement by design. So, I never had any negative feedback. We did put a lot of research and time into making the molds proper and making it so people wanted to take ownership of it and had it as an everyday item and carry it with confidence. And we had great feedback all the way through.
And again, that's why, you know, this conversation I think is so important, because we're allowing people to know this is their way of being able to do something positive as well, to have a great product, but also to do something positive for the environment. So I want to talk about that aspect, and then we're going to come back around, Bert, and let our audience know how they can be able to get it for themselves. I mean, the environmental aspect is so important. Yes, it's great to be able to have something that is functional, something that's easy to use. But talk to us about how you really are pushing the environment and what we can do in our own special way through something like this to make a difference.
Well, the biggest difference is that we're not just taking something and taking it for granted. Every time we take a drink or go anywhere, we get these single-use plastic items, or now they've switched to some of it to paper, but it's just single-use. They take it, throw it in the garbage, throw it on the streets, throw it in the oceans, throw it wherever. This is just a small step toward let's eliminate the single-use items, and let's have something that lasts a long time and stays with them over and over and over again.
And that's a great thing, and that's what the straw is able to achieve. Again, everyone, Bert Balas is our guest. He is the CEO behind the straw. As I mentioned, the website for it is very easy, thestraw.ca. Again, thestraw.ca is where you guys can go to get more information, see some of those testimonials that I mentioned, look at the mission that you can see the straw is achieving, and then, of course, being able to order your own. So let's talk about the ordering process. You've made it very easy, and also, of course, being able to offer some great incentives as well. They can order the straw, but then, of course, being able to take advantage of another great thing that you have, and that is the fast shipping. So I want to talk about that aspect as an entrepreneurial standpoint. Bert, talk to us about how important it was for you to be able to make it an easy process for the consumer.
Well, again, if somebody wants something, they want it now, and we want to make it very easy to go online, be able to order it. And on top of that, if for the next 48 hours, we'll even give them an additional 15% discount. And the discount word is Conversations Live.
Oh, wow.
So if they go online, we're going to offer that as well, because we want to have people out there. Now, the other thing is, for every straw we sell, we're going to give money back to charities to help save the environment as well.
So cool. Well, look, I appreciate you doing this. I'm going to make sure I make a video about that too. So you guys, this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to be able to get the straw for yourself. Again, as I mentioned, you can go to thestraw.ca, be able to choose the one that you want, the color that you want. There are 4 colors there to be able to choose from. You guys can choose the color, and then, as you heard Bert say, you can be able to use the code Conversations Live to get an additional 15% off of that. And Bert, you said for the next 48 hours?
Yeah, 48 hours. I mean, if we might extend it a little further, depending on the demand.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Again, Bert, really appreciate you stopping by, talking to us about the straw, and thank you for offering our audience the discount, and looking forward to having you back on the program again.
And I thank you very much for having me on the program, Cyrus. It was a delight. My pleasure.
Hey, the pleasure is definitely all mine, Bert, and we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. I want to thank our good friend Zach Tepperman for setting up this chat with us for today, and thank all of you for tuning in to our program. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let's make it a great one.